Alright, Charger family. Week 2 is in the books. And guess what, guys? We got our first win of the season. And it feels good. So as you know, the Chargers took on the Buffalo Bills this past weekend. It's a game that I said they could and should win, and they did win. And it was a fairly convincing win. Don't want to spend too much time going over like the rundown. If you watched it, you watched it. Basically, the Chargers came out firing. 4 touchdowns in the first half. If you had one critique, you could say, I guess, maybe they should have scored at least 1 touchdown in the second half and, you know, buried them. Obviously, it was a 28-6 lead at halftime, so it's like, you still got the win. You end up winning 31-20. Not a whole lot to really be concerned about, but obviously if you had to pick a critique, there it is. Defense was exciting to watch, especially when you have like 3 rookies playing significant roles on that team. I mean, Derwin James is just a stud so far. It was good to see Uchenna Nwasu get some playing time, more playing time than week 1. He delivered with a sack. Kazir White with the interception. I mean, guys were just contributing, and it's good to see those guys stepping into those roles, no problem, you know? If anything, it's just super exciting because it's like this defense, for the most part, you got your few veterans who are obviously in their prime right now, and you got these young guys stepping up and playing huge roles. So it's like there's a lot of upside for the next couple years, Charger fans. But as you know, we like to focus on the story side of things here, and there kind of is an oddball story to talk about. So Vontae Davis, and I'm sure by now you've probably heard the story. I mean, it's so odd that I'm sure you've heard the story and it jumped out at you from somewhere. Cornerback for the Buffalo Bills, I think playing in what it said his 10th NFL season. So as I led into it, the Chargers were putting the old beat down on the Buffalo Bills this particular Sunday. Vontae Davis goes up to the coach. Coach, you know what? I'm not feeling like myself. I'm out. Quit the team at halftime. Retired at halftime. Said, I'm done. I don't need this. I'm out. I'm over it. Bye, y'all. Now wrap your head around that, okay? The dude rage quit an actual NFL game, okay? Not only that, okay, he went and took it back to GameStop, traded it in. What? Like, it's just so odd on so many levels that he just said, I'm done. Now, obviously, you see where he's coming from. And I did happen to read the statement he put out on his decision and the choice he made on Sunday. He was basically saying, forever, for years, that's his routine, getting ready for the season. And I mean, you got to factor it in. 10 years in the league, 3-4 years in college, 4 years in high school, however long he played then. He's probably been playing football for the last 15, 18, 20 years. Who knows? A long time. So you figured he got his body right, got his mind right, prepared for the season, went through training camp, went through preseason, started week 1, and apparently week 2 he had the epiphany saying, you know what, I'm not myself. I've lost a step. I don't feel like I can play at the highest level I need to play. And said, you know what, I can't con myself or con the team, and said I gotta just walk away from it. I mean, and if you really think about it, and I've always said this, NFL, any play could be your last. If this guy doesn't have the right mindset, if Vontae doesn't feel like 100% in there and produce at the highest level possible, and he can't compete at a level that he's used to, but yet he's going out there and he could just wreck his knee, his ankle, suffer a concussion, break an arm, dislocate a shoulder. Like, what's the point of being out there risking those potentially harmful injuries that take lots of time to heal from if he doesn't feel like he's playing at the highest level possible? So, you know what? He said, you know what? I'm good. I made the educated decision. I don't need to risk it. My mind's not there. I can't do it. I'm out. And you know what? To each their own. Nobody has to explain what it is they're doing or apologize or anything. You know what I'm saying? On the flip side of it, the counter argument, of course, is that he straight quit the team, quit on his coaches, quit on everyone, just said, I'm done. Like, you couldn't have even finished the game? You couldn't have finished the game. Like, it was that bad. And obviously, it's an easy decision to make to quit at halftime when you're getting beaten on 28-6. And your team's lousy. And you probably won't be good for at least 2-3 years if you're still with that team. Granted, I think he was on a 1-year deal or something like that. But yeah, I think he figured this team's not competitive, so I'm out. And a lot of people are criticizing him for that, for being really selfish. Whatever side of the argument you're on, as always, let me know what you think in the comments below. I mean, this is just, who knows? But I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I don't want to comment too far on it. He's a grown man, and I'm not gonna worry too much about his decisions. I honestly respect the fact that he came to this self-awareness of, you know what, I'm not at the highest level, and for me right now, in my mind, it's not worth risking my body to not be the 100% of the football player that I once was. So I respect him for that. But he didn't even finish the game. I mean, like I said, it's easy to quit when you're down 28-6. Does he walk away at halftime if they're winning 28-6? I don't know. Also, I don't want to go too far deep down into this because as a fan of the Chargers, obviously we have our wacky stories, our ridiculous blunders, you know, our long laundry list of things that have happened that as fans, I'm sure as the organization and, you know, some of the surrounding players, they're not proud of. So by all means, you know, I just wanted to put my 2 cents in, but I'm not trying to talk trash and say how silly. But that's gonna do it for this video. I'm excited. Chargers are 1-1. Obviously, we need some help in the division, but we're only 2 games in, so it's way too early to start worrying about that stuff. Chargers just need to worry about taking care of business. We're going next week to, well, traveling to LA, but literally going up, what? Going north a little bit. I mean, they can basically Uber to the Coliseum. They should do it like, you know how like Angels Dodgers is the freeway series? They should call this like the Uber Bowl or some Lyft Bowl. I don't know. I tried to make an LA joke. I don't think it worked. But anyways, also exciting news. If you haven't heard our announcements in previous videos, Tanya and I, as well as 2 of our buddies, will be at the Rams-Chargers game at the LA Coliseum. If you're going, you see us, say what's up. We'd love to meet you guys. If you're gonna be tailgating, let us know because we're trying to find a tailgate to hang out at. Don't have to. Not trying to come up on free stuff. But if you got like, you know, leftover carne asada you're not gonna eat, I mean, if you're gonna throw it away, I will see you guys in the next one, and peace.